Happy Sunday, ladies, and thanks for the ladies who'll be joining me on live and the ladies who'll be joining me on replay. So I just thought I'd hop on here today just to acknowledge the ladies who have joined me as well. So if you have recently liked my page, thank you. I'm acknowledging you and saying great thanks. I hope your weekend has been a fantastic one and that you are ready to embrace the coming week. I can't believe that we are already in June and it's already half of the year. So looking forward, what goals do you have or have you set for yourself? Okay, for your business, whether it be something that you're doing online or offline, as well as personal goals. So for those ladies who actually don't know me too well just yet, I am based in the UK. I used to work in the public sector, and I was thinking today, I believe over 8 years. So I started from frontline services to leadership and management positions. A little bit about me. And then I decided to launch my online business in 2016. That was after also learning what I needed to learn in order to be able to help me to launch my online business. So as you can see, the heading today is about unlearning everything or nearly everything that you have learned before. I was listening to a podcast today, and I can't even tell you who because I tend to listen to one podcast after another. But I thought what was being said in there was very meaningful. So before I even go into the topic, I had a women's group meeting today, a virtual meeting. On this page, you also see that I've scheduled weekly meetings, and today was the first one. And I had set up everything and also pressed the record button. But guess what? It didn't record. But it's no love lost. What I can say is what was meant to be recorded will be recorded. Maybe not this time around, but maybe next time around. But either way, I'm not letting it bother me too much. I'll probably need to do like another recording at another time as well. So the women's virtual hub is basically just taking it to the next level, where if you feel like as a lady you haven't been able to find an accountability group yet, and you're also looking for to learn about internet marketing and digital marketing, and so the virtual meetings are intended to be weekly meetings for a get to know you session, because I believe as much as it's nice to be online, it's also good to take it to the next level where we can sit and chat, and I tell you a little bit more about what's entailed in the group and why it's also a membership group. I thought to make it more practical skills based rather than just passing over information that's passive and there's no action that's taken. I believe in that. Aside from learning, it's about implementing, and it's also holding yourself accountable in order to take it to the next level and in order to implement the things that you might at times just not actually get to it, or you might fear implementing them. So in they're scheduled weekly, and then there's also a description below. You can have a look just by clicking for the next one on Sunday. I can't remember what date it is, next Sunday. But under it, you will see the description of what's included in the group. And if you believe that it aligns with your core values and you would like to be involved and join, then feel free to register. And after you've registered, then I'll send you an invite to the meeting as well. So the time, as it's good to note the time difference so that you'll be able to hop on, because it's so easy to like mix up the time and not be able to join. So in terms of unlearning what you've already learned, one of the things I've discovered today was that anything that I'm doing today, and even like arranging the meeting, the Zoom calls, the presentation, It's some aspects of it I had to learn. Okay, the presentation format I learned from university, so PowerPoint, I'm used to that. But there's certain things about going on an entrepreneurship journey that you basically are committing to a life of the unknown, a life to facing up to your fear. If this sounds like it resonates with you, do press the like button. And it's also a journey where it's about committing to taking risks more than you've ever taken before. So being able to accept that you're willing to unlearn means that you're also letting go of some of the self-limiting beliefs. Because we all carry our own a narrative. We carry our own assumptions about what is fact, but might not actually be factual. Okay, so we learn certain narratives either from like our community, from our upbringing, and we then embrace it and believe it to be true. So like for me, for example, let's say 3 years ago, you would not have seen me on this live video because I had carried these narratives most of my life that I was shy, I was an introvert, didn't like the camera, didn't want to be on camera, didn't like my voice. So all these narratives, at one point or another, it's something that I wore. But the greatest thing about venturing off into the unknown is that you actually get to embrace and dispel or unravel some of the things that you may have carried and believed to be true, and to discover that actually it's not true. Because you can wear the hat and decide, yeah, it's true, because it's a comfort zone. Okay, it's a comfort zone. It feels nice, but is it actually letting you go to the next step? Is it enabling you to actually embrace your life purpose and what you were intended to do in this lifetime? Okay, so the fear of change, it's normal. Like today, I had like a few like stomach, not a few, what was I going to say? Not stomach bug, but a little slight nerves. And usually when I feel the slight nerves, then I always look at that as I am learning. I am pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. Okay, so although I had held like virtual meetings before, this is something that is like a new venture. So with anything that opens a door to something new, even if you don't know what the unknown is, like now, like I mentioned in the beginning, I forgot to record, but that's actually okay. Okay, so even though I forgot to record, that's fine. The world hasn't like fallen apart. I know that I've gone through the adrenaline rush, the excitement, the nerves, and even if it didn't go as perfectly as I planned it, then it's fine. Because when you take the first step, it just means that you're willing to embrace it. Okay, so there's this saying that most entrepreneurs learn how to build their plane in the air, okay, and manage to build it all before it crashes. So that's very dramatic, but it's the reality of it is that you're learning on the go. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Is about if you're going into this week and you haven't done any live videos yet, and you feel nerves, ask yourself, what is the reason you want to do the live sessions? What is the reason you want to be able to record? And then ask, when you're doing it, who are you doing it for? Okay, so when you think beyond yourself, the likelihood, like the people that you want to help, the likelihood is that the nerves will appease, they'll decrease, and you will embrace being able to help other people. So anything that you're fearful of, think of, let's say, 2 to 3 things that you would like to be able to do, but you haven't ventured off yet. And ask yourself, what is the worst thing that can happen if you were to actually be able to do it? If you feel confident enough, this might also be your opportunity to note it down and let me know. Or if you want to take it to the next level, you can feel free to PM me as well. And part of like the virtual meeting groups, that's what it's intended for, is to help you to take that one step towards to venturing off into the unknown and to feel comfortable and to feel, well, not necessarily comfortable. Because if we feel too comfortable, then that means we're not going anywhere. But to feel unsteady, but still feel confident that you can achieve what you want to be able to achieve. And that it is okay to learn, to let go, to unlearn of the old assumptions. It is okay to let go of the things that have made you feel comfortable in order to embrace something new. Okay, so I'll leave that on that note, and I'd like to thank you for joining me and also for the recent likes on this page, and I look forward to connecting with you virtually in the near future. Bye for me for now, and have a fantastic week.